Good evening, Greg here, burn at both ends, burn on the back end of Saturday night. It's 10:58 p.m., June 2nd, 2018, and today was a great family day. We spent the morning at home with the kids, a lot of playing, and then we went to birthday parties this afternoon, and one was for a 7-year-old girl in my older daughter's first grade class, and the theme was Harry Potter, and I tell you, this family went all out. They went all out on the Harry Potter theme. They had like a black cauldron with dry ice in it. The mother made, in addition to making a homemade cake, she made chocolate frogs with peanut butter in them. Just fantastic. And then the dad grilled. We had like tri-tip and burgers and franks and chicken, and veggies. It was just fantastic. They did a great job with that. But on to tonight's topic. So tonight's topic is from iCore. And it's this book called Business Model Generation. I will hold it up there. It's just a fantastic book. Highly recommend it. And from the book, we get this thing called the Business Model Canvas. And so one of the primary tools in iCore, in the iCore training, is this Business Model Canvas, or the BMC. The BMC is pretty much your business model on one page. And it's a powerful tool when analyzing or developing any business. And where does all this come from? So my efforts to network and tell my story and this whole put myself out there thing have attracted two business models that I'm analyzing right now that could lead to collaborations. Now, I think one's definitely going to be a collaboration. The other one we'll see. And so due diligence in this phase is critical. And the BMC really is a fantastic tool that provides like tremendous amount of clarity around a business idea or business plan, and that clarity comes through organization. Of course it does. And once you look at the canvas, you'll understand why it's got 9 separate pieces. Each are a critical piece to a business puzzle. And then learning about what each piece is, how it interacts with the other pieces, that's kind of, the crux of the whole thing. And so the task of going through the canvas and populating all the fields based on what's known about the business will yield many questions and a lot of insight. So this is great. And you can also check out my post from May 23rd. It's the Innovation Core reading list, or the iCore reading list, that has this is one of those books. And so let's get into the book. So the book itself, very well written. It's beautifully designed and put together. I highly recommend buying a hard copy. Yes, you can find the PDF online for free, but it's just such a beautifully designed book. I just recommend buying it. And there are many solid examples in the book of businesses that we all know and how they fit into the canvas, and how large businesses, can break apart into 2 different canvases. I mean, it's really well done. I'm about halfway through it. I'll finish it up in Colorado next week. And then most important tool out of the book is this Business Model Canvas. I've linked it in the description and also in the outline, so check it out. I'm not going to try to show it to you because it's kind of weird with the camera. I tried that in the last run of this post and didn't like it. But download it, check it out. It's got 9 pieces, and you can. It makes a lot of sense once you see it, and then you can get different versions online that in each of the boxes has little bullets and questions about how to answer, or what goes in those boxes. Of course, the book has a much deeper explanation of all that, so that's why I recommend the book. And so as far as the canvas go, I've taken this iCore mini course twice. It's an 8-day course. You do 20 interviews, and that's where I first learned about the canvas. And when we started learning about it, we pretty much entirely focused on the value proposition box and the customer segment box. Essentially, each value proposition should, draw a straight line to one or more customer segments. And the value propositions are pretty much the basis of these hypotheses that we come up with. Like, I think if I can provide a 25% improvement on speed, then I can satisfy this demographic of customer, and they'll buy X units, right? So that's like a hypothesis. That 25% is an improvement that's going to make people buy. And then we go out and do customer discovery to find out if that's true, or is it 80%, or is it only 10%, or is it for some reason 28%, and 25 is not going to get us there. So that's essentially the process, right? And then other activities that support the BMC and filling out and populating all the fields is the creation of the ecosystem and then going through the customer archetypes. So the ecosystem, and I've linked two different ecosystems, one for Apple, one for Facebook. The one for Facebook also has a sales funnel in it, which is like very interesting infographic. I like them. And so the ecosystem, essentially everyone that's involved in the business. So you're in the middle, and everybody, partners, collaborators, saboteurs, regulators, customers, supply chain, facilities, right? They all show up there. And it's just a good way to kind of get a bird's eye view of the business and like how it fits into the market or the world. And then as far as the customer archetypes, that's just breaking down customers into different segments and different groups, maybe by age, maybe by usage, or right, or how they buy the product, right? Like for example, like Coca-Cola, I can buy Coke essentially 3 different ways, right? I can buy it from the supermarket, I can buy it from the restaurant, and I can buy it from a vending machine. And kind of, you might argue that there are different customer archetypes or different types of people that go to these different places to buy these, to buy the same exact product at different price points, by the way. So customer archetypes is another good like parallel activity to understand, because there's nothing more important than understanding the customer. That's like critical. And so essentially with the ecosystem and with the archetypes and then with the canvas, like kind of like you mash them all together, and then out of that falls all these hypotheses about your business and how you think it's going to succeed. And then the process is, right, you list your hypotheses. You have no idea if they're right or wrong. You go out, you do customer discovery, you learn if they're right or wrong, you throw away the wrong ones, you keep the right ones, and then you pivot as required, and pivoting is like coming up with new hypotheses. And then you repeat this process until you're profitable. Pretty simple, but not easy. So that's essentially the process. And so what I was able to do today, and I've done it. You can see it behind me there. Also, I've been doing some cleaning. So what I'm doing is I'm taking the canvas and I'm running these 2 businesses through it. This nonprofit donation widget business, and then this voice app business. And so the nonprofit widget business is a lot more, I don't say advanced, but mature is the better. Yeah, mature. And so I'm not, I say very easily I'm able to populate the business model canvas. The voice app business is not as mature, so it's a little bit more challenging. But these are just great exercises to do. This is a great tool, great way to think about business, learn about business, because essentially the best way to use the canvas is I fill it out, and then I'm going to go and have other people that understand the canvas look at it and kind of help me understand if I did things right or how to tweak it, things like that. So it's almost like a resume where you want to bring around a bunch of people and get a bunch of opinions on things, because none of this is black and white. It's all rather gray, and it's like, does this support a good business or not? So. And pretty much going through this exercise, it reveals so much and provides so much value for due diligence. It's just a great way to do it. I mean, there are probably a bunch of other ways to do it as well. I find this business model canvas to be a great tool. So that's tonight's post. So check it out. I am going to link. I have this. So that's a very rough shot of the canvas in the center, and then I've drawn some other things. I'm going to scan this and put this in. Essentially, like, this is like the worksheet that I put together that has the canvas, and then also has areas for like customer archetypes, areas for the ecosystem, and then of course areas for all my questions and comments. So it's kind of like almost like a full worksheet kind of package as far as going through the canvas. And then because other things are going to come up that don't fit into the canvas. Like, you don't list out all the customer archetypes necessarily in the canvas. You don't list, the saboteurs in the canvas. You might not list all the ideas that you have in the canvas. So I won't say in the canvas anymore, I promise. So anyway, and then questions, comments, of course, right? So, and this is, it's just a great activity. So highly recommend it. If you're analyzing a business, have a look at this book, have a look at the canvas. I think it'll be very helpful. So that'll do it for today. Y'all subscribe, ask some questions. I'm on this journey. I'm really enjoying this journey. The whole point is that You all start a journey too, and we kind of go together. And if I can help, please comment down below if you got any questions, any problems to solve. I'd love to, wins, failures, anything. Just communication would be great. That's kind of the whole point of this. I want to be of service. Other things, I've linked some motivational videos down below, so check those out. I've also linked a bunch of awesome music, DJ Sabo's down there, some psychedelic ambience down there, and then if you like the beats in the background, that's G Money, my alter ego. I write these beats. You can check them out on SoundCloud. And yeah, that's it for tonight. So have a great night, sleep well. I'll see you in the morning, and we'll do some incredible things tomorrow. Take care.